take a deep breath and feel the energy of life moving through you. You are not here by accident. You are here because a part of your soul knows that it deserves more love, more peace, more wealth, more joy. Right now, the universe is waiting for you to say these words: I am open and receptive to all the good and abundance in the universe. Every time you affirm this truth, you open a door within your consciousness, a door that leads to miracles, a door that welcomes the divine flow of life. Take a deep breath and allow yourself to feel the presence of this moment. So often, we hold tension inside our minds and hearts without even realizing it. We wake up thinking about what could go wrong. We replay old hurts. We question whether we truly deserve good things. This quiet resistance becomes the invisible wall that stands between us and the life we desire. But today, I want you to understand something profound. You no longer need to fight your blessings. You no longer need to carry the energy of struggle. You are allowed to receive. Releasing resistance is not about forcing anything. It is about allowing. It is the art of softening, of letting go of the tight grip we've kept on fear, guilt, and control. Somewhere along the way, many of us learned to associate peace with passivity or abundance with selfishness. We learned that if something came easily, it must not be valuable. And so we began to chase, to overwork, to prove ourselves worthy. But that endless effort only told the universe one thing: that we didn't truly believe we were enough. The more we tried to control, the more we blocked the natural flow of good trying to reach us. Think about it like water. When you try to grab water with your fist, it slips away. But when you open your palm, it rests there effortlessly. Life works the same way. When you stop trying to control every outcome, when you stop analyzing how or when your blessings will arrive, you become an open vessel for miracles. Releasing resistance is not giving up. It is giving in to the flow of divine energy that already knows the way. Resistance often hides behind the thoughts we repeat daily. It's too hard. Things never work for me. I don't know if I can do this. Each of those thoughts sends a message to the universe that says, keep the good away from me. I'm not ready yet. But you are ready. The moment you begin to change those inner conversations, your world begins to shift. Replace "I can't" with "I am learning." Replace "it never works" with "everything always works out for me." The universe hears your new story and responds accordingly. Letting go also means forgiving yourself for all the years you spent in struggle. You were doing your best with the understanding you had. Every worry, every fear, every doubt came from a part of you that was simply trying to stay safe. But you are safe now. You no longer need to defend yourself against love, joy, or abundance. You can lay down your armor. You can breathe. You can open your heart again. When you release resistance, you begin to notice how naturally things unfold. People show up to help you. Opportunities appear out of nowhere. The path ahead becomes clear even if you can't yet see the destination. The right people, the right ideas, the right timing, they all start aligning effortlessly, because that's what happens when you stop pushing against life and start flowing with it. So right now, close your eyes for a moment and whisper to yourself, I am willing to release all resistance. Feel those words sink into your being. You might feel a lightness in your chest, a warmth in your heart. That is the feeling of energy shifting. That is the universe responding to your willingness to let go. You don't need to figure everything out today. You just need to trust that the process of life knows exactly what it's doing. As you continue to live from this space of surrender, you will notice more peace within you. You will wake up feeling calm instead of anxious, hopeful instead of fearful. You will start to see beauty in simple moments, the morning light, a kind word, a quiet thought of gratitude. This is what happens when resistance dissolves. Life begins to feel like a gentle dance instead of a battle. Remember, you are not meant to fight your blessings. You are meant to receive them. You are not meant to chase love or wealth or joy. They are already on their way to you. Your only task is to open your heart and let them in. Let every breath remind you that you are safe, supported, and worthy of all the good that life has to offer. The more you release, the more you receive. And today, you are ready to receive it all. Take a moment to sit quietly and place your hand over your heart. Feel the steady rhythm of your heartbeat. That gentle reminder that life itself flows through you effortlessly. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to beg for it. It's simply yours. This is what worthiness feels like. You were born worthy. Before you ever spoke a word, before you ever achieved anything, you were enough. Somewhere along the way, you may have forgotten this truth, but it has never stopped being real. Believing that you are worthy means remembering that your value doesn't depend on what you do, what you have, or what others think of you. Your worth is not measured by how much money you make, how many people approve of you, or how perfectly you perform. Your worth is inherent. It is divine, unchangeable, and everlasting. It comes from being a unique expression of life itself. When you truly embrace this, your energy shifts. You begin to attract experiences, relationships, and opportunities that reflect your inner belief in your own value. Many of us grow up learning the opposite. We are told we must work hard to prove ourselves. We learn to seek validation from others, from parents, teachers, partners, bosses. Believing their approval makes us worthy of love or success. But when that approval doesn't come, we start to shrink. We question our value. We tell ourselves stories like, I'm not enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not beautiful enough. I don't deserve happiness. And those thoughts, repeated over time, become the foundation of our self-image. Yet they are all lies. They are borrowed beliefs that never belonged to you in the first place. The truth is, you were created from the same source of love and intelligence that created the stars, the oceans, and the mountains. Do you think the universe made a mistake with you? Of course not. You are part of that same divine perfection. Every time you look down on yourself, you are denying the brilliance of your own creation. Believing you are unworthy is like standing in the sunlight and saying, I don't deserve this light, but the sun shines on you anyway. Because your worth is not up for debate. When you start to believe in your worth, everything changes. You stop settling for less than you deserve. You stop chasing people who do not see your value. You stop apologizing for existing. You start speaking kindly to yourself, making decisions that honor your well-being, and walking with quiet confidence. The world around you begins to respond differently because the vibration you send out says, I know who I am. I am worthy of the best. Self-worth is not arrogance or ego, it's truth. It's standing in your own light without dimming it for others. It's loving yourself enough to say no to what drains you and yes to what nourishes you. It's understanding that you don't need to compare yourself to anyone else because your path is your own. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are evolving perfectly in divine timing. If you've spent years doubting your worth, be gentle with yourself. Healing takes time. Start by catching the small moments when you criticize yourself and replace them with compassion. When you think, "I'm not good enough," pause and breathe. Then affirm, "I am learning to see myself through the eyes of love." With every kind thought, you rewrite the script of your subconscious mind. With every loving word, you plant seeds of self-acceptance that will bloom into unshakable confidence. Remember that being worthy does not mean being flawless. You will make mistakes. You will fall and rise again. Worthiness means knowing that even when you stumble, your value does not diminish. The ocean does not lose its power because of a single wave, and neither do you. So today, let yourself believe it, not just with your mind, but with your whole being. Whisper to yourself, "I am worthy of love. I am worthy of wealth. I am worthy of happiness. I am worthy of peace." Let these words sink deep into your heart. Let them guide your choices, your actions, and your dreams. You are not here to struggle for approval. You are here to shine, to love, and to receive all the beauty life has prepared for you. And when you finally believe that you are worthy, the universe mirrors that belief right back to you, in the form of abundance, love, and miracles beyond your imagination. Fear and doubt are like shadows that follow you when you forget where your light comes from. They whisper lies that you are not ready, not capable, not deserving. They make you second guess your choices, your dreams, and even your own inner wisdom. But here's the truth: fear and doubt do not protect you. They only delay your blessings. They are illusions that fade the moment you choose to stand in the light of faith and trust. Every human being experiences fear. It is a natural emotion, but it was never meant to control your life. Fear's purpose is to alert you, not to imprison you. When fear becomes your master, it builds invisible walls around your heart, keeping you small, keeping you safe. But safe from what? Safe from growth, safe from love, safe from the very abundance you've been praying for. The greatest transformation begins when you decide you are no longer available for fear to dictate your future. Letting go of fear and doubt doesn't mean pretending they don't exist. It means acknowledging them, breathing through them, and releasing their hold over you. It means saying, "Yes, I feel afraid, but I choose to move forward anyway." Courage is not the absence of fear. It is action in spite of it. Every time you face your fear with love, it loses its power over you. Fear cannot survive in the presence of love. They cannot exist in the same space. Doubt, too, is just a thought that questions your worth and your ability. But you were born with everything you need to fulfill your purpose. The same intelligence that created galaxies and oceans flows through you. The same creative energy that made every flower bloom lives in your heart. How could you ever doubt what life has already equipped you with? The moment you stop doubting yourself, you open the door for miracles to walk in. Fear and doubt often come from the stories we tell ourselves. Stories rooted in past pain, rejection, or failure. Maybe someone once told you that you weren't enough, or maybe life didn't turn out the way you planned. Those experiences left marks on your heart, and your mind built walls to protect you from being hurt again. But those walls also keep love, success, and abundance from reaching you. It's time to gently take them down, one thought at a time. Start by noticing when fear speaks. It often sounds like a warning. What if it doesn't work? What if I fail? What will they think of me? Instead of trying to silence it, respond with compassion. Say, "Thank you for trying to protect me, but I choose trust instead." Each time you do this, fear softens and your inner strength grows. Replace those fearful thoughts with empowering ones. What if it does work? What if I succeed? What if everything turns out better than I imagined? The energy of those questions invites possibility, not limitation. Trust is the antidote to fear. Trust in yourself. Trust in the process. Trust that life is unfolding exactly as it should. Even when you cannot see the full picture, have faith that everything happening now is part of your highest good. The universe never makes mistakes. Every delay, every detour, every disappointment is redirecting you towards something greater. When you trust that truth, fear loses its grip and peace takes its place. Imagine standing at the edge of a river, holding onto the branch of an old tree. You've been gripping that branch for so long, afraid to let go, afraid of where the current might take you. But the moment you release, you discover that the river carries you gently, effortlessly, toward your destination. Life works the same way. When you let go of fear and doubt, you flow with the divine current of abundance and love that has always been guiding you. So take a deep breath and repeat quietly, I release all fear and doubt. I am safe. I trust the process of life. Feel the peace that comes when you surrender. Feel the strength that rises from within when you choose love over fear. You don't need to control what's coming. You only need to trust that it's good. You are guided. You are protected. You are exactly where you need to be. And the more you release fear and doubt, the more room you create for miracles to unfold, naturally, beautifully, and in perfect timing. Love is the purest and most powerful force in the universe. It is not something you must earn or search for. It is something you are made of. It lives within you, quietly waiting to be awakened, expanded, and shared. When you invite love into your heart, you begin to see the world through softer eyes. You begin to treat yourself with kindness, to forgive the past, and to recognize that love has always been the foundation of your existence. Love is not only a feeling, it is a state of being, a vibration that connects you to all of life. So many of us spend years looking for love outside ourselves. We chase it through relationships, validation, or achievements, hoping that someone or something will finally make us feel whole. But love cannot be chased, it can only be allowed. The more you seek it externally, the more distant it seems. Real love begins when you turn inward and say, I am ready to love myself. I am ready to let love live here. That decision alone sends a powerful message to the universe. You are open to receive. Inviting love into your heart starts with acceptance. Accepting who you are in this very moment, without judgment. You don't have to wait until you're perfect, healed, or successful to be worthy of love. Love is not a reward for perfection. It is the energy that heals your imperfections. When you say, I love myself exactly as I am, you create the space for more love to enter. The parts of you that once felt unloved, your mistakes, your insecurities, your past wounds, begin to soften under the warmth of self-compassion. Love also means letting go of old pain. Many hearts are closed not because they don't want to love, but because they are afraid of being hurt again. You may have been betrayed, rejected, or disappointed. Those experiences teach the heart to build walls. But those walls, though meant to protect you, also keep love from reaching you. When you choose to release the pain, you give love permission to flow freely once again. Forgiveness is the key. Forgive others, not because they were right, but because you deserve peace. Forgive yourself, not because you failed, but because you deserve freedom. Every act of forgiveness clears a pathway for love to move through you. As you invite love into your heart, Begin to notice it in the simple things. The warmth of sunlight on your skin, the laughter of a child, the sound of rain, the kindness of a stranger. Love is everywhere, in nature, in stillness, in every breath you take. When you live with awareness, you begin to see that love has been surrounding you all along. It was never absent, it was only unseen. The more gratitude you express for the love around you, the more it multiplies. When love fills your heart, it transforms how you relate to others. You stop needing people to complete you because you are already whole. You stop fearing rejection because you know your worth doesn't depend on another's opinion. You begin to give love freely, not out of need, but from overflow. Love given from fullness is the most powerful energy there is. It heals relationships, restores peace, and attracts people who match your vibration of openness and truth. Allow yourself to be love in action. Speak kindly. Listen deeply. Offer compassion. The energy you send out returns to you magnified. Every loving thought, word, and gesture becomes a magnet for more of the same. When your heart radiates love, you no longer have to look for it. It finds you everywhere you go. Take a deep breath and place your hand over your heart. Feel its gentle rhythm. With each beat, say quietly, I am love. I am loved. I give and receive love freely. Let those words echo within you. Feel the tension in your body dissolve as love replaces fear, judgment, and loneliness. You are not separate from love. You are the very essence of it. When you live with an open heart, miracles begin to unfold. You attract loving relationships, peaceful experiences, and a deeper connection with life itself. You become a vessel through which divine love expresses itself in the world. Every moment becomes an opportunity to love more, yourself, others, and life in all its forms. So invite love in today. Let it fill the spaces where fear once lived. Let it heal the wounds that time couldn't touch. Let it guide your words, your choices, your energy. Love is who you are. And when you live from that truth, you become unstoppable, radiant, and free. Prosperity consciousness is the awareness that abundance is your natural state of being. It is the understanding that the universe is limitless and that there is more than enough good for everyone. To embrace prosperity consciousness means to shift your mind from lack to plenty, from fear to faith, and from struggle to flow. It's not just about money. It's about feeling rich in spirit, rich in love, rich in gratitude, and rich in opportunities. When you think, speak, and act from this place, you become a magnet for all forms of abundance. Many of us were raised to believe that prosperity is something rare, reserved only for a chosen few. We were taught to work endlessly, to compete, to cling tightly to what we have for fear of losing it. But true prosperity is not about holding on. It's about trusting that more will always come. The universe is infinitely generous. Just as the sun never runs out of light, the flow of abundance never runs out of supply. The only limitation is in our willingness to receive it. Your thoughts are powerful invitations. When you constantly think, I never have enough, you are unknowingly closing the door to more. But when you affirm, I am open and receptive to all the good in the universe, you swing that door wide open. Prosperity begins as a feeling, a quiet confidence that life supports you. You don't have to chase wealth or force it to appear. You only need to align your energy with the vibration of abundance. What you feel internally will always be reflected in your outer world. Embracing prosperity consciousness also means developing a relationship of love and respect with money. Money is energy, a tool that amplifies who you are. It responds to your emotions and beliefs. If you see money as something scarce or difficult to get, it will behave that way. But if you bless it, appreciate it, and use it wisely, it will flow to you with ease. Every time you touch money, say silently, "Thank you for serving me. I welcome more of you into my life." Gratitude multiplies everything it touches. You are not meant to feel guilty for desiring abundance. There is nothing spiritual about poverty, and there is nothing greedy about wanting a beautiful, comfortable life. Prosperity allows you to be a greater blessing to others. When you are financially stable, you can give more freely, help more people, and live with peace rather than stress. The more abundance you allow, the more you can share. And that sharing keeps the flow alive. You cannot pour from an empty cup, but when your cup overflows, everyone around you benefits. One of the greatest ways to cultivate prosperity consciousness is through gratitude. Every morning, take a moment to appreciate what you already have. The food you eat, the bed you sleep in, the roof over your head, the air you breathe. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what's present. And whatever you focus on expands. The universe listens to the language of appreciation. When you give thanks for the small things, the big things begin to arrive naturally. Faith is another key. There will be times when appearances seem discouraging, when bills are due, when opportunities seem scarce. In those moments, remember that what you see is temporary. The unseen world of energy is always working in your favor. Hold firm to the belief that every need will be met in perfect timing. Say to yourself, "The universe is my constant source. I am always supported." This belief transforms worry into peace and peace into manifestation. Prosperity consciousness is a lifestyle. It's in how you think, how you speak, how you treat others, and how you treat yourself. Speak words of increase, not limitation. Celebrate the success of others instead of envying them. What you bless grows. When you see someone thriving, say to yourself, "Their success shows me what's possible for me too." The energy of celebration attracts more of the same back into your own life. Today, choose to live as if you are already abundant, because you are. You have ideas, talents, love, and the power to create. You are connected to an infinite source that never runs dry. Take a deep breath and affirm, "I live in a rich, loving, and abundant universe. Prosperity flows to me in expected and unexpected ways. I am worthy of wealth, love, and success." Feel those words take root in your heart. The moment you believe them, life will begin to mirror them back to you. You are already surrounded by abundance. All you have to do is say yes to it. There is a sacred rhythm to life, a divine flow that moves through every moment, every person, every experience. When you trust this flow, you stop struggling against what is and begin to move with the current of the universe. You begin to understand that nothing happens by accident, that every delay, every detour, and every disappointment carries wisdom. Trusting the divine flow means releasing the need to control every outcome and allowing life to unfold in its own perfect timing. So many people live in resistance. They cling tightly to plans, expectations, and timelines, believing that if they just push harder, everything will finally fall into place. But control is an illusion, and forcing only creates frustration. The truth is, the more you try to control, the more you block the natural ease with which life wants to bless you. The divine flow is always trying to guide you toward peace, abundance, and fulfillment. But you must be willing to let go of the struggle and trust that it knows what it's doing. Imagine a river. When you float downstream, the water carries you effortlessly. You don't have to fight the current. You simply allow it to move you forward. But when you resist, when you try to swim upstream, you exhaust yourself and make no progress. Life works the same way. When you relax, when you trust, the current of divine energy takes you exactly where you need to be. It may not always be where you plan to go, but it will always be where your soul is meant to grow. Trusting the divine flow begins with faith. Faith that you are guided, even when the path isn't clear. You may not see the entire staircase, but you can take the next step. You can surrender the how and the when, and simply do your part in the present moment. Life unfolds beautifully when you stop demanding certainty and start embracing trust. The need for control comes from fear. The willingness to flow comes from love. And love always leads you home. The divine flow often asks you to release what no longer serves you. Relationships, jobs, beliefs, or habits that have outgrown their purpose. This can feel painful at first because the human mind clings to familiarity. But when something leaves your life, it is not a punishment, it is preparation. The universe is clearing space for something better. Trusting means allowing endings to happen with grace, knowing that every closing door makes room for a greater beginning. When you trust the divine flow, you begin to see signs everywhere, small synchronicities that remind you that you are not alone. A message at the perfect time, a person who appears with help just when you need it, an opportunity that arrives effortlessly. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations that life is listening to your vibration. The more you trust, the more guidance reveals itself. Patience is part of the process. The divine flow does not operate according to the human clock. What feels like delay is often divine timing. Seeds need time to grow underground before they bloom. Just because you can't see progress doesn't mean nothing is happening. Trust that every prayer has been heard, that every intention is being prepared behind the scenes. When the time is right, everything will unfold smoothly without struggle or force. To live in trust is to live in peace. It means you no longer wake up in anxiety, wondering if things will work out. You know deep within your heart that life is always working for you, never against you. Even your challenges are sacred teachers leading you toward greater strength, wisdom, and compassion. Every experience, joyful or painful, has meaning in the divine plan of your soul's growth. Take a deep breath right now and let your body soften. Whisper to yourself, I trust the process of life. I am safe. I am guided. Feel the relief that comes from letting go of control. Feel the peace that fills you when you remember that everything is happening in perfect order. You don't have to chase, fix, or force anything. What is meant for you will always find you. Not because you fight for it, but because you are aligned with it. When you trust the divine flow, you move through life with grace. You become open, calm, and magnetic. You no longer resist the unknown because you know it is part of something greater. The divine flow is not outside of you. It is within you. It is the quiet wisdom of your heart guiding you toward your highest good. So, relax into it. Let it carry you. Know that you are loved, supported, and exactly where you are meant to be. Life is not happening to you. It is happening for you. All you must do is trust.